Hey everyone, if you know me, you know I've been on hiatus for a while. I was originally planning on returning near the end of August, but with all the recent news surrounding the World Wide Web, I felt it only necessary to move the goalpost forward with this video. I'm not reading off a script or anything, so forgive me if I, come off as not very eloquent or I get my wires crossed while talking, but with everything that's been happening and how fast it's been happening, the sooner I can get something like this out, the better. I can't really afford to take my time with this. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what's been going on lately, but to give you a quick rundown, we have payment processors and credit card companies forcing platforms like Steve to remove adult content. We have the UK implementing face scans and ID checks for anyone who wants to go online to prove they're of adult age. And immediately after that, people have spotlighted bills like COSA or the Screen Act, which pretty much propose the same thing over here in the US. Now, I encourage anyone who's unfamiliar with any of this to, look more into it. Maybe check out the many commentary channels on YouTube who've been covering this story. They go over it a lot better than I think I probably could. It's best for that as many people as possible understand what's going on. For those of you who have been hearing about all this, you've probably heard people say, the only way we can hope to fight against this is if we make our voices heard. Spread the word, call our state representative or elected official, just anyone like that, tell them you don't want to see this stuff happen. Especially in the US, I don't know if it's too late for the UK, but I'm holding out hope for you guys over there. But currently speaking, for places like the US, call your congressman, your state representative, your any elected official. Tell them, hey, if you support any of this, you're not gonna get my vote or anything like that. And it's not a lot, but if as many people do it as possible, we might have a fighting chance. I also think it's important to emphasize that when people like myself or just everyone else who's covering this story, when they say fight back, they're not just referring to most people, they're referring to everyone. I know that kind of goes without saying, but as someone who's kind of had this mindset in the past, I can only imagine there might be people out here who are very rightfully against all this, but are also going, oh, well, if there's pushback, then, the problem will resolve itself. The people will ultimately win, which to me just is not the right mindset to have, because chances are, if you're thinking that, a lot of other people are thinking that too. And so you basically just have a whole load of people who obviously want to fight against this, but don't feel the need to. And without them, the actual people who are fighting back won't get the support they need to combat all this. Basically, what I mean to say is don't get complacent. Get in contact with content creators who this story hasn't reached yet. Tell your friends and family, especially those who don't know about this or don't know why it's a bad thing. And most of all, just contact your government. If you don't know how to, maybe look it up or ask someone who does know. Now, with all of that out of the way, YouTube have just recently announced that next week they're going to roll out this new AI that's going to detect who on the website is of age and what they should or shouldn't be watching or posting on this website. Now, if you know anything about the history of automated systems on YouTube, this is bound to unfairly hit a lot of people. And considering just how long this particular channel has been up, I'm not sure I stand much of a chance once this is all put into motion. which is why in the coming days I plan on moving my stuff over to some alternative platforms who are still trying to hold out during this whole fiasco online. Currently speaking, sites like Odyssey and Rumble, they seem to be, they show promise as suitable alternatives to YouTube. I actually have been considering moving over to some new platforms for a while now, but with everything that's been happening, there's no better time to do that than now. And even so, that's still hoping that bills like KOSA don't end up being enacted somewhere down the line. Which again, I must emphasize, don't get complacent. Now, as of recording this, these new channels I'm planning to make don't exist yet, but, stay tuned. Revisit this video somewhere later this week, because by then I might have links to where you can find me in the description. With all that out of the way, good luck. If you're religious, I suggest you pray.